Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadguru. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Our salutation to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons Kamsa and Chanura, and the dear darling of Mother Devaki, and Guru of the entire universe. We salute him again and again. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. What is disturbing? So we are reading the Bhagavat and the Bhagavatam. We read that chapter when Narada came to the son of Daksha to inspire them to take the path of renunciation. Brahma ordered Daksha, Prajapati, to make the world full of progeny. But Narada came and taught those children and give them the path of emancipation. What is there in this world? Everything is temporary. We are born to die. What is the use of this? All this sensitive universe, don't get entangled into it. Take the path of renunciation. And they are very pure-hearted. And then they also felt that, okay, let us renounce them. So they all renounced. And then the father was very unhappy because Brahma, the Lord God, instructed Daksha to have the world filled with people. And these children, young boys are there, they did austerity and spiritual practice, and they will then go back home, and then afterwards they will have their children so that the world will be populated. And he is not doing that. What he did the opposite way. Yeah, he inspired them to take the path of renunciation. And father was really unhappy. So, hearing about the loss of his excellent sons to himself and family. Why? Because of Narada, the sage Narada, he interfered. So Daksha was overpowered by sorrow. Naturally, he felt very bad. Such rishi, the sage like Narada, instead of helping him in the mission of what Brahma said to do that job of instructed by God's will, and he is coming and putting obstacle. That's very annoying. It happens for all the time from the history. We find that it is happening. When the parents, when the parents hear that their boy or girl is going to be a monk or nun, they get so much upset, and they feel that, what is this? And he who does, he becomes a culprit. Some of our monks were challenged by the parents of the boy who has joined the monastery. They will say, who has done this? Because this Swami has done it. And they will come and argue and fight with them. You are taking away my son. And they say, then our Swami say, okay, you take him back. But some succumb to that and they go back home. And some, no, I will not go, and they become so unhappy because their own son is not following the path of samsara and renouncing everything and becoming a monk. It is very, very painful for the parents, even devotee parents. They are good devotees of God, but when it comes to their own son, that the son is going to renounce everything, it is very, very uncomfortable for them. So it happened with the Daksha. His sons all went for austere practices, and they will come back and have their normal life and grow. But they all took the path of renunciation. So hearing about that loss of his excellent sons to himself and family, because of his Narada's interference, Daksha was overpowered by sorrow and grieved over it for a long time. To have good children can, in this way, be a curse of sorrow and sorrow also. He's saying that yes, even the good children do have no bad motive, but they are very good, and they become a cause of sorrow to their mom and dad. Is it not? So this happens with all the monastics. Whether in this country or that country, mom and dad, they feel really upset when their son and or daughter take the path of renunciation. So naturally, it is from the time immemorial happening. Now, comforted and consoled by Brahma, then Brahma came again to them and comforted, don't grieve, he is a sage. So the sage Narada has given his sagely counseling to your sons. Okay, what has happened, just you go and again beget several children. And so they try to go and have more children, and whatever happened, forget. And in ancient time, people's life was long, maybe. They calculate this is, though impractical, thousands of years they used to live. So their counting is long counting. But anyway, so commissioned by their father to multiply the species and vowed to observe rigorous austerities. Then Daksha begot some children, and they are grown up, and when they went to a certain age, they asked them to do the austerity again and to multiply the world with their progeny. They commissioned by their father to multiply the species and vowed to observe rigorous austerities. They went to the same Narayana Sara, near a lake, where their elder brothers attained to spiritual perfection. They also went to the same place where his elder brothers got the inspiration to renounce. So they went to the same spot and started practicing austerities. And then going to that spot and that holy place, so many meditation and prayer have been practiced there. So these boys again, the younger sons or younger children of Daksha, and they also became purified, their mind became more pure, and they take a deep there and started austere practices. So they also got purified, the inner mind, where their elder brothers attained the spiritual perfection. So they went there, and attaining purity of mind by bathing in those holy waters, they performed severe austerities, uttering the great mantra. They got a good mantra, Krishna mantra. And getting that Krishna mantra, they all chanted that mantra that purified them. For some months they lived on water. Austerity, how? I will not eat anything, roots, fruits, no, only I will drink water. And then some months they lived without any food, only drinking water. Next some months they took in air. They stopped drinking water also, only breathing. That means they are doing tremendous austerity to the body. Uttering the following mantra, they meditated on Mahavishnu. So all these boys went there and they started doing deep meditation, thinking of the Lord God Vishnu and Narayana, and they mastered and the Lord of all masters is the Mahavishnu. So they chanted the mantra, pure mantra. That mantra is Om Namo Narayanaya Purushaya Mahatmane Visuddha Sattadhishnaya Mahahangsaya Dhimahi. This mantra, this is a mantra. Let Om Namo Narayanaya, we salute now Lord Narayana, Purushaya Mahatmane, who is the great among all the Purushas. The Narayana, the resort of all liberated souls. Krishna, Purushaya Mahatmane, who is Vishuddha Sattva, who is all pure. Sattva, Vishuddha Sattva, Dhishnaya, Mahahangsaya Dhimahi. I meditate on that Lord God, Mahavishnu, the Narayana, who is the greatest among the all Purushas, means all gods and goddesses. So I salute. That mantra, this is a beautiful mantra. One can think about that. In between there we get such mantras. It says that Om Namo Narayanaya. We always say Om Namo Narayanaya, one mantra. But it is a long mantra. Om Namo Narayanaya Purushaya Mahatmane. And I salute that Purusha Mahatma, great man, great sage, Narayana, Vishuddha Sattva, his pure consciousness and pure Sattika quality, Odisnaya, Mahahamsa, he is the great swan, great liberated Lord God. I meditate. So thinking this mantra, chanting this mantra, thinking of Narayana, their mind becomes pure and pure and pure. And when for some months, it went on with this mantra, Om salutation to Narayana, with the resort of all liberated souls, who is the pervader of everything, the perfect being, the form reflected in all pure hearts, and the spirit untouched and uncontaminated by anything. So I am meditating on this pure soul, Narayana. So they started doing that practice. And approaching them whose mind was set on procreation, these boys were thinking that their father instructed, go do austere tapasya. After that you come back and lead a household life, and then let the world be filled with progeny. And that has been instructed by Brahma, so you do that. And their mind was set that they will do that austerity, get power, and then create such beautiful children who will be of very powerful spiritual status. No? So they are willing to come back, and then what happened? They says Narada as before. Again Narada, again that same says Narada. He is called the creator of all troublemaker. He is considered the troublemaker because he creates confusion in the mind of people. But not confusion, actually, really, he is doing the ultimate, showing this as a sadhu, showing the ultimate path for liberation. But he could not understand, spoke to them in words with enigmatic meaning. Oh, he said. So Narada then advised what he appeared before them and started saying this. Said, Narada says, O sons of Daksha, you are all children of Daksha, your beloved brothers, beloved of your brothers, your brothers and you are beloved to them, because you are also. Come in, wherever seat is there, sit down. Sit down. Turn it towards me. Take us. So he said that says Narada then again appeared before them and said that your elder brothers, follow the path of your elder brothers. Hear my advice. What? Follow the footsteps of your elder brothers. A brother who knows righteous conduct. What is the goal of human life? God realization. So your elder brothers all took the path of God realization. So you should follow their path. The younger brothers should follow the path of the good elder brothers, Therefore, the noble path which is chalked out by his brothers. So your brothers have chalked out this path of renunciation. You also, their good brother, younger brother, you should follow that path. And if you follow that, you will gain merit in this world and rejoice in the hereafter. You will rejoice here, following this path of purity, and after death also you will go to heaven and enjoy bliss there. In the hereafter, with the deities known as Marutas, noted for their intimate fraternity. So you follow your elder brother's path, because elder brother took the right path for freedom and renunciation. O king, saying this much, Narada, whose company is unfailing in its effect. Narada was such a sage that he is pure. So if he appears somewhere, then that place becomes pure. That heart who sees them, their heart becomes purified. All the other negativities of the heart goes away. So unfailing effort of the sage, what happened? Moved on. So Narada went away then, giving this advice, and he left. And these children too followed the footsteps of their elder brothers, because their mind is already pure. They did the austerities for God, meditated on Narayana with the mantra Om Namo Narayanaya Purushaya Mahatmane Vishuddha Sattva Mahahangsaya Dhimahi. They chanted this mantra that purified them, and then Narada's advice created some deep impact in them, and they also followed the path of renunciation. Now see what will happen. Thus placing on the track towards the Lord, which is the blessings that comes on an inward-looking mind, they went forward without turning back, like knights that have passed away. So these boys, without turning back to home, they went to the path of light and renunciation. Giving up the world, they followed the path of detachment and renunciation. Now what will happen? His father Prajapati, he got mad at that. And Narada, such a guy, good sadhu, but destroying my all children, taking away my all children, and one by one, and putting them to path of renunciation. Come. Take, there is a chair. So, the Prajapati Daksha began to see many omens. He was in his home, and they went, his children all went to do the austerity tapasya, and they will come back, and they will have their own family life start. But they are now totally gone. So, and they're thinking, what is happening to my children? He became violently angry at Narada. Narada, you are the culprit. You are taking away my children. First of all, I didn't mind. I was crying and weeping. Now you again in my second group of children, they are to come back to home and have a family life, and they will create this world, recreate this world, and you people are disturbing second time also. So what he did, with his lips quivering in anger, he said to Narada, he said, "Oh hypocrite." He got angry. Angry, when you get angry, you know what to say. You do not know what you should not say, what you should say. So Narada started being very angry. Narada, he started cursing Narada. "Oh hypocrite, we have put a garb of a pious man, you have perpetrated a great atrocity against us. We are following the instruction of Brahma, the creator God, and you people have created this trouble. You Narada, you are a perpetrator. You are wearing a Gerua garb, you are wearing a sadhu dress, and you have perpetrated a great atrocity against us who have been following the path of pious man. Household life, lead honest life, have a good samsara, have the experience of life, and see, and then gradually, fourth stage will come, sannyasa. And you are inspiring them at the very beginning to become a sannyasa. So, you have converted my children into begging mendicants, no? They should be rich householders and also create this universe full of people so that this God's creation will continue, and you are just stopping that, no? Oh, sinful one, he started cursing. Daksha started cursing. Oh, sinful one, you have marred the future of these children in this world and hereafter. They will not have any fun in the world of this earth. And after heaven, they will not go to heaven. They will be merged with Brahman. So you are stopping them to enjoy this world as also to enjoy the heaven. So what damage you are doing to them? For one has to discharge one's 3 debts. Here comes the philosophy of life. In Hinduism they call everyone have 3 debts. One is called Rishi Rina. Rishi Rina means rishis we have by Vedic study. We have duties to, or we are here because the sages. We have some indebtedness to our sages. How can we pay up those debts? By chanting Vedic mantras and learning the Upanishads and things. That is the way you can overcome or go above your debts about your rishi, the sages, rishirin. Then is the devarin. Gods and goddesses are there. Hindu faith is what? There is a rain god, there is a fire god, wind god. So all these gods and goddesses, they are nurtured. Nurtured by whom? They are nurtured by the home of fire. When you do the jagna, and through that jagna we say, Agnaye Namaha, Prajapataye Namaha. You are offering here, and this fire will consume that, and they will bring the result in a subtle way to that deity for whom you are offering. Fire is a carrier, as it were, postal department. You post something in the name of someone, and postal man carries to the person intended. So when you are offering the jagna, we do every time, Adityadi Navagrahebho Namaha, Chandraya Namaha, Surjaya Namaha, Adityaya Namaha, all these different gods and goddesses we offer, and the fire consumes that, and a subtle part of that they send that to the deity. So we have Devarin. Devarin, you are indebted to the gods. Because of them we are getting rain, we are getting air. If the god of breath, Vayu, air, said, I won't function, then it will, the entire world will be minus air, then people will not survive. So to pay up their debts, you have to, what you do, the devas by jagnas you have to perform the ritualistic fire. If they become monk, then what will happen? Monk have no duty. Householder will have to do the jagna. But monk has no duty. That's why you call, when you get the sannyasa, the monastic vows, you perform the last jagna. Whatever you did for yourself, that's the last jagna. You cannot touch fire again anymore after taking monastic vows. But we did, that's a different purpose. We did not for us. Every fire we ignite, it is for the good of all. It is to bring love for God in the hearts of people, to generate that type of feeling. We do that. Ramakrishna Mission monks do that yajna for that purpose. Otherwise, the wandering monks, look at India, thousands and thousands of wandering monks. They have no need of any performing any. And how they will perform? It needs the costly items, no? You need clarified buttermilk, you need the firewood, you need so many items of worship, no? Puja items, worship items, and perform it with the firewood and this and that. So all these monastic monks, who is a wandering monk, where they will get? So their responsibility ends there when they take the vows of sannyas, last vows, no? So you have these children they're indebted to their gods, so they should also perform yajna. But you have inspired them to become monk. So, and to the ancestors, you have some indebtedness. We are here because of what? Our mom and dad is how did they came here? Their mom and dad, no? So the mom and dad and grandfather, grand. So we are indebted to them because we are here, because we are born because of them. So we should have to do that. How can you pay them off, their debt, indebtedness? By creating children. So you be a householder and live in the world and then create children and then that duty. So 3 duties are to be performed by every honest person according to Hindu tradition. Rishirin, Devarin, Pitririn. Rishi means the sages. To how? By chanting Vedic mantras and hymns as we do in the morning time, gods and goddesses prayer. Someday Annapurnama, someday Shiva we are doing. So people can do, so many gods and goddesses are there. So that is one, you can get out of the indebtedness by chanting Vedic mantras and holy mantras. Second, Devarin, gods and goddesses. To get out of their indebtedness, you should offer homofire oblation every day. In Vedic times, that was more systematic. And thirdly, you have your forefathers' indebtedness. You are indebted to your forefathers. And you will have to do that duty by becoming a householder, having some children. And after that, you will free yourself from 3 indebtedness, and then you take the path of God realization. So Indian system says this 3 the indebtedness you have to fill up, and then you will become a monk. But oh Narada, what you did? You gave them the 4th path, and without doing this, so you are a bad guy then. And she got so angry. Oh sinful one, you have marred the future of these children. No. In this world they cannot enjoy anything because they are path of renunciation. And they are hereafter, they don't care for heaven even. Why they will go to heaven? They have no desire in their mind. Their mind is so pure. So, these sons of mine have not discharged this indebtedness, nor have they made any study of the ritualistic codes. Now, that means they have not followed the step 1, not the step 2, not the step 3. You promoted them to step 4 in one stroke. So, what did you do? You stopped the will of God. So, one who takes to life of sannyasa without discharging all these duties loses this world and the next. You have reduced my sons to this fate. So, you have done a bad job by inspiring my children to take the path of monk, monastic path, you have destroyed their moral codes because they should have to go through these steps, but you didn't allow them, and you have created this disaster. And the fate of my children have been lost that way. Most of the family, mother and dad tells us, he became a monk. He could have enjoyed the world, but he is deprived of that. He could have gone to heaven and get some fun and joy in the heaven, but being a monk, they have given up everything. So that is the problem. So don't keep the shoes. No, not here, outside, because it is wet. The floor is wet. So you have reduced my sons to this pitiable fate, where so you are unfit to move among the devotees of the Lord. Why? Okay. So what you did, instead of guiding them in the right direction, you took them the wrong direction. Therefore, you are unfit to move among the devotees of the Lord. You are a great devotee. Narada is considered the greatest devotee. That's why Narada Bhakti Sutra. You are the propounder of the Bhakti school of thought, no? But you are a bhakta, devotee. You are not fit to be a devotee, because you are disturbing the whole system. And
it is also, this is a royal path, because what the parents are telling, because everybody has to go through it. If the enjoyment and all these things are not dropped off, many people enjoy this life by getting influenced by others, and then that's not the real monastic life.
But they are born with a purpose, and they are going with that intention, and he inspired them to become a monk. Naturally it happens, no? Many cars, our one Swami Premeshananda Maharaj, Swami Premeshananda Maharaj, who is very senior, Brahmagya, a par excellence Brahmagyani, he used to inspire many boys and girls in the path of renunciation. So when he used to suffer in the old age, jokingly he used to say, I have become the cause of the suffering of many mom and dad and their tears. That's why I'm suffering so much. Renunciation is the highest path. They are fortunate who have the spirit, no? And what is there in the mundane world, It is so temporary, so momentary, and so much negative things are there. Reaction comes, suffering comes, pain comes, bereavement comes, disease comes. So all this. And this is the path of freedom. Naturally, that is the highest. But as you said, and as the Bhagavatam is saying, every human soul should go through this process. First step, second step, third step, fourth step. Fourth step is the sannyasa. Brahmacharya, Garastha, Banaprastha, sannyasa. Fourth step, that is scientific. For mass, you should get a kindergarten school, grade school, then college, and then university. There are stages are there. But some extraordinary students are there. They may be, at the first time, they are so talented, they may be taken as a PhD student. But that they are only exceptional. But you have made a mess. All my children, you have, with that tendency, you have turned being a bhakta, you are breaking the rule of the system God created. That is the main complaint. Mostly it is attachment. Mom and dad are attached here so much, and then all our mom and dad does the same thing in Ramakrishna order. We are about 1,500 monks and nuns now. 1,500 mom and dad, they cried and wept. They lamented like that. But ultimately, after some time, they become proud. My son is a monk. My daughter is a monk. No? That will come later on. But the shock, initial shock, is very difficult with that. So here, you are unfit, therefore you are not fit to move among the devotees, because you are not following the path of devotees. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth path you are giving first. Not 1, not 2, not 3. You whose hobby is to confuse the minds of youngsters. You, being a holy man, you are creating in the confusion in the young mind, their fresh mind, and they believe you, and they trust you, and they take your instruction, and they are becoming all monks. No? That is where you are creating confusion in the heart of the innocent children. Once it happened, the Calcutta University started Sir Asutosh. Sir Asutosh Mukherjee was the chancellor, vice chancellor of the university, or president of the university. And he once complained that Swami Premananda, Baburam Maharaj, our Belur Math, he was Ramakrishna's disciple. He was such a charming personality. Any college students come and he talks to them and makes friendship. Boss, he gives us a greatest scholarly person. The great scholars, they all one for one sit down there or here. So, this extraordinary scholarly children, young boys, Ishan scholar and all those, no? These boys, they come and fall in love with this sadhu, which is called Baburam Maharaj in the Belur Math. And they gradually feel so much attraction for coming to Belur Math, they give up their studies. And one day they find this boy has become a monk. So he didn't understand what is going on. After he understood that there is a sadhu in Belur Math, whose name is Baburam Maharaj, Premananda, then he said, oh, he is the culprit. He is taking away all the brilliant students of my university. And they become monks. And they are great. Madhavananda Swami Madhavananda, who became the 9th president of our order. No, so all the bright and brilliant students of the university are all attracted to Brahmananda and becoming monk. So he said, what a loss. This Swami is destroying the fate of India, because these bright, brilliant students, they could have become top astronaut, top scientist, top in their field of life, and they're giving up. And what they're doing in Belur Math? Meditating, chanting, this, sweeping the floor, cooking and cleaning something. This is this life. What for? A bright, brilliant scientist would have contributed so much to the low world. And these boys are going to Belur Math, chopping vegetables, cutting vegetables, and preparing some curry. What is that? Sweeping the floor in the Thakur's temple and chanting mantras. So he used to, actually was very unhappy with the Belur Math that day. So this is the point, that here also Daksha, the father, felt so bad that bright, brilliant children who could have been useful in the world for prosperity and development of the worldly life, no? It is necessary for the society. And he didn't follow all this, and he making them everyone. First lot is gone, all become monk. Second lot of children, they are also monk. And he said, you are unfit to move among the devotees of the Lord. You whose hobby it is to confuse the minds of the youngsters. You who are merciless and shameless, who form a blemish on the reputation of Sri Lord, Sri Hari, whom you profess to serve. You are serving Narayana and you are going against his principle of creation. So, except you, whose occupation consists in making friends into mutual enemies, thus destroying harmonious relationship among people. You are going everywhere and disturbing the relationship with the world. You are connecting them with the God. So, you are mercilessly moving in this way. The devotees of the Lord Vishnu are generally very particular to be blessings to the people, because these people were in the society, they would have been born to the society, good people, and you are making them monk and then going away from life. You seem to think that mere passivity will enable people to cut off all these bonds. Monastic life is what? Passive life. Worldly life has aggressiveness, no? You have to do this, you have to... Monastic life, okay Baba, go to my cell and do my meditation, do my japa, do my this, no? So it is accepting a life of passivity. Say, against monastic life, we should put this argument. The monastic life is a passive life. And actually, don't look at the Ramakrishna order now. Ramakrishna order, there you go to hospitals, schools, and colleges, and dispensaries, and relief work, massive activity going on. But forget, it is Ramakrishna's new plan for monastic life. But before life, people want to go for God, what they would do? Just one morning they leave the house. Finish. And mom and dad didn't find the child, where is gone, where the son is gone. And they understood, oh, he was talking about renouncing, and then he has left, and they go to many places to search for the child. Maybe he has gone to a holy place, maybe in the Benares, or maybe in the Vrindavan. So they run here, run there to catch the boy back. But where they will find? They're walking in the street, which direction they have gone, who knows? So a path of uncertainty, and depending on God, no connection. So you are breaking the relationship with the society. You did that path. Narada, it is your fault that you took that path of separating these boys from the societal life. So they are cutting up their bonds of love. They love their mom, they love their dad, and you people are creating some inspiration to get out of that connection. No? So, it cannot. Only renunciation can. And this renunciation will not be generated in the mind of anyone by the tactics of a pseudo-ascetic like you. You are a pseudo-ascetic, nothing can be achieved. They cannot be a real monk, because you are not prepared themselves in that stage-by-stage procedure. No? Therefore, having only the form of Paramahansa, but not of his knowledge. They will be only, the monastic circle, Paramahansa. Paramahansa. Hansa means swan. Swan, why the beauty of swan? Swan lives in the water, but water does not gather in his body, no? Any bird, any swan, they shake up. They're living whole day in the water, but water does not stick into their body. So monks will be living in the world, but no worldliness should touch them. So that is the glory of the worldliness. But these boys you are inspiring, they will not be good monk. They will not be Paramahansa. Paramahansa means great swan. Parama means great. Not ordinary swan, the Rajahansa, like a kingly, big swan. That means they will be roaming in the world like a brilliant personality, being untouched by anything. That is the real monasticism, but you are giving a fake instruction and making them monk, ruining their earthly life, ruining their spiritual life. Men have to pass through the discipline of karma to acquire renunciation. He is bringing all the counter-argument against sannyas. He is saying, against monastic principle, everyone should get through the karma. We go through our karma. First selfishness, selfish karma, earning money, doing something for my own purpose, my own enjoyment, my own fun, only for that. And then you learn, no, selfishness does not lead us to anywhere. Then you become unselfish. Unselfishness also cannot give you perfect peace. Then you say, oh, God, thinking of God, loving God can give me peace. So there is a process to go into their life. Therefore, karma we should work out our own karma. But they have not done their karma. They only came to do little austerity and you send them to be a monk. Without actual experience, man will not understand the ephemerality of worldly joys and the intensity of suffering. Very important point, though. Unless the people go through the experience of life, how do you understand this worldly pleasure is not a real joy. It is a temporary thing. It can bring little piece of joy for a moment, but ultimately it will not bring absolute joy. So how they will understand? So they will have to go to the karma. As the millions of people in the world are living the life, the life of activity. Look at the whole world. How busy from morning till you go to a train station, office hours. How many hundreds of people are getting in, getting out, going this side. One is going this side, one is going that side, one is to the office, one is to... What is going on? Activity, 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 activity. Why? To this activity, they will find that activity cannot give me little money, give me little name, fame, power, but it cannot give me eternal joy, absolute happiness. It cannot give. Then you turn, that means your maturity comes. Two types of renunciation is there. One is called markata vairagya, momentary renunciation. Momentary renunciation can come to anybody. Suppose someone was attached to some friend and the friend died, no? And then the whole world appears to be meaningless, no? Suppose you love someone and you suddenly hear that he is no more in the world, no? It gets this big shock. And momentarily mind says, what is this then? What is this life? Why am I here, no? This is called renunciation on a particular moment it is coming under circumstances, no? And another person seeing the world intimately, understanding in its depth that what the world can offer me and how much effort I do and what the input I get, that is to be studied very well, and he is established, convinced that this is not the path, withdrawing from the world is the path, no? So that maturity should come. Without karma, that maturity does not happen. It may come to the momentary renunciation. Momentary renunciation happens, you look at that, when momentary renunciation happens, after that circumstances or situation is forgotten, someone lost his friend, achha. If it is first 1 month is very difficult, first few days are very difficult, first few weeks are difficult, then the intensity reduces, 1 month, you forget, but your heart is still burning, 2 months, 3 months, then what happened? After some time, you forget that. When you forget that, then again the inclination for the world comes. Duties, responsibility, you go back to the old life, no? But who is convinced again and again getting this experience that nothing can satisfy me excepting God. And God is the sole criterion of my life, and I want to live in God and die in God, whatever comes. That is called the path of renunciation, and that is matured renunciation. But we do not know from outside who is what, no? Inwardly someone may be appearing that he is ordinary, but in his or her heart there may be tremendous renunciation, genuine renunciation.
How long the momentary renunciation sustain? Momentary renunciation.
Oh, it's a momentary.
How long it sustain? 1
Oh.
month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, how do you know?
Yeah, it depends on, someone may linger for some weeks. As we get the example in our balloon mott, many boys come and then they go to the PPTC, Pre-Probationers Training Center. When they come, they said, okay, you just a boy, you come and you experience this for 1 year, and check it, how it fits you, and this and that. And the boy coming from outside, no? First they come, and if they are given to get up in the 3:30 of the, no exceptions, because there is some observer, and you have to get out. Everyone is getting out, so you also get out. You will have to do that. Or someone say, hey, 3:30, get up, and ring will be there in you. 3:30 you get up, and then go to take a shower, and then get ready, and go to the temple. 4 o'clock, the waving of the incense and prayer is going on. You sit there, then sit for meditation for a certain time. Just coming from outside, it is difficult. But some find it's okay. Wow, what a great experience. Some may feel, oh my God, can I do this whole life? Some may continue for maybe 1 week. Some may continue 1 year. Some may then continue for 4 years, 5 years. But it is depends on the individual, how long one will do, how long it will take for one to get accustomed to that, and find the charm and joy of the inner life. So it takes time. They come with the intention, good intention, but when they come into practice, then they depends on the ability. They are not bad, but sometimes it does not suit them. They have to go back. And mom and dad, another thing. Mom and dad will not say anything before that. You go wherever you do this, that, maybe not so much keen in your movement and activity. But when you become a monk, then become a very serious affair. Why are you becoming monk? Some will say, some mom and dad will say, you come home, I will make a temple for you, you will do your practice there, I will not disturb you, will not do anything, you be as you are. And then afterwards they will say, okay, now you should go to school, get some money, do something, you are sitting day and night. So like that it changes, no? After some time that emotion goes away, and then again, and even some of the direct disciples will find that married. Who was married? Taruk. And somebody, another one who... Jogananda Swami's mom and dad. So when they become then he become very upset. Then he said, no, you should marry. And Ma started crying so much. His son could not bear the suffering of mom. So he said he agreed to marry. And afterwards, when he married, after some time, he said, but she was indrawn. He married because mom said to marry. But in early days, there was early marriage system also. Anyhow, and then one day he heard that, why are you not paying attention to the household life? Then he said, I don't want to marry, you told me. But you told me, oh, you have a desire inside, that you did. Now you are putting on me. Mom said that. And then he said, oh my God, is it so? Then he left. So I don't blame the mom, because mom has a connection with this child, very deep connection, and they want their children to be happy. But many of the sadhus say, Mom, you know what is in your household life, no? You have lived the life. How peaceful were you? And are you asking me to take the path? No. My life may be like that. Why your life will be like that? You will be better. But the argument to go for the normal life. But anyhow, so this is the feeling. I can understand the inner feeling of Daksha. How the children were, not one child, so many bright, brilliant child, all are become monk, no? First and second group also. Without actual experience, man will not understand the ephemerality of the worldly joys and intensity of suffering. How much suffering is there followed by for little joy, how much suffering is waiting before and after. Through experience of them alone can make turn away from them and because a truer renouncer. Through experience of them alone, all this experience of pleasure and pain, they can man turn away from them. Then they can understand, there is no joy in the worldly life. There is no joy in ultimate Joy is momentary joy, but not longer joy, not absolute joy, not unfailing joy. So this is very part of it. He does not become so by confusion of thoughts created by the instigation of others. You, Narada, came and created instigation in the mind of my children, and because of that, they have to live. It does not happen like that. It should be spontaneous. In their own life, they should go through the process, and then they renounce. That is the fourth. Actually, his father is suggesting 4 stages of life they should go through, but you have confused their mind and given the idea, go to the 4th. First go to the PhD course and don't study from grade school. You did an unpardonable offense to us, devoted ritualists following the path of rectitude and the way of householder's life. Still, we put up with your mischief once, no? Now I will curse you. So Narada is going to curse. Narada is getting cursed from the Daksha, the Prajapati. But, O snapper of thread of our lineage, if the son is gone, no children is born, then lineage is cut, no? In that family no one will be born again. O snapper of the thread of our lineage, you have done it again. One time you did, second time my children also you inspired them, depriving us of progeny to continue our lines. For that you shall suffer without any permanent place to stay. Punishment is that you will not have any home. You will be homeless. That's why it is said, Narada moves around the world with a single stringed instrument and glorifying the Lord's name, today here, tomorrow there. He has no permanent residence. Other gods and goddesses have some place to stay, permanent, and they can go visit. But this is, you have no place in the world, in the 3 world, you will have to go roam around, because you have snapped our relationship with the progeny, and my family life is cut by that. So you have to suffer for that. And curse came from his mouth. So Narada, universally respected as a holy man, received this curse of Daksha without any reaction. But this Narada took it humbly. As our sadhu said, I became the cause of my suffering of many mothers, because I have inspired many boys and girls to become monk. And this monk and nun is cursing me. Because of this sadhu, my son is becoming a monk, my daughter is becoming a monk. No? So he endured with humility and received this curse of Daksha without any reaction. Forbearance, even when one has the power to retaliate, is a sign of a real sadhu. And now that is the end of the chapter 5. We will read next day, chapter 6. But mainly here that will be, again Brahma will come in the picture and he will say, okay, what has happened, now you go and create another children, another group of children, so that, and that way the next time Narada didn't come to disturb these new children, and then they become all, again the creation started there, and the world is gradually getting with progeny. And that all the names are given in the entire 6th chapter will be only whose child is who has become like that in a lineage. So all the names are there. It is not much to run around. We'll read mostly the 7th chapter. So we'll skip almost 6th chapter next time. But we'll read it next time. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So we have maybe some question. Oh, Nishan, always Nishan is there. When you chanted Om Namo Narayana mantra, is that a kind of Daksha into that mantra for all who have heard it? I do not know. I read from the Bhagavat. Bhagavat has written it much earlier, and this mantra has been uttered by so many people, so many sadhus. If one believes someone mantra, that is the mantra. And Bhagavat says it's a good mantra, and mantra is really, I like that mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yes, but no, it depends on, normally not, but you can think that it is, if you believe like that. God's name is always pure, no? God's name is always pure. So, matters little how you get it, no? There is one story that, who was it? Is Ramanuja? No, whose life story? I forgot. That his guru, no, Kabir Das, Sant Kabir Das probably. Kabir. So Kabir, his guru, he was born in a very low caste. Low caste means not Brahmin, no? So he wanted some mantra, but he said, Guru said, no, you are not fit for that, no? But he has this Kabir, great saint. He became a great saint afterwards. But he thought that he is my guru. I will not leave him. Whether he gives me mantra or not, and he found a tactics. He found a tactics that in the early morning, when he goes in the Ganga to take a bath, he was going, and he observed him that he comes in a little dark. Still, the morning has not been bright, no? And when he comes, one day, just lying in the floor, and he didn't understand when he coming down the steps or just touched something. And he says, Rama, 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 Rama. Rama, 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 Rama. And she said, Rama, Rama, Rama. They said, and he then, who is here? Then said, Sir, I am here. Why are you here? Lying down in the road, obstructing my path? No, for your mantra. You will say that you will not give me mantra. Now you say Rama, Rama, Rama. So Rama is my mantra. He chanted the Rama mantra. So this is story, yeah. But mantra you can select yourself, but what Guru gives you, that's a different thing. But these are in the books you will find many mantras, no? It is all the by the grace of the printing and modern technology. All the mantras are available, but the question is that it should come from Guru Mukhi. It should come from a teacher. It is called the Guru Mukhi, coming from a Guru, mouth of the Guru. Then it becomes fruitful, meaningful. Because mantra is not only the mantra has some power, transmission of power happens there. Mantra Shakti, it is called the Shakti, the power of the mantra. So it comes from that lineage. And also lineage is important because where you get it? You get it from your guru, they get it from their guru. So there is a lineage, tradition is there. Okay. How can parents raise children with an open mind so children can choose a renounced life? Most people don't know this is a path one can take when they are growing up. Yeah, so I think that when the children are growing up, they should be given the values of life. They should be given how to make the life more honest, sincere, moral, ethical, and this. But they will grow according to their own. Swami Vivekananda's idea, we can take it. Swami Vivekananda said, you can plant seeds, but seed will form in its own nature. Which seed? It is a grain of rice or it is a paddy, a potato, or say corn or anything. So you put together, each will grow in its own way. What the duty of the parents, they will be like gardeners. Gardeners take care of the plants, takes out the weeds, pours water, fertilizer, give them nourishment, give them love, give them teaching, and let them grow in their own way. Not to insist be a monk, not to insist not be a monk, or not to do this or not that, because they will grow in their own way. Everyone will, we are all growing in our own way. But good food should be supplied. At least before them, their mind should know this is also available, this is also available, and his instinct will automatically follow that. So, duty of mom and dad is to actually give them, and also good ideal, not talking but living that life. If you say, there is a story of Ramakrishna, the one patient came from a distant village to the doctor, and doctor gave him prescribed medicine and everything, but said that what it will be diet, you come tomorrow, I will tell you the diet, what diet. So the patient had to walk 3, 4, 5 miles home, and then again come next day and said, don't take molasses. Then the patient said, sir, to say this word, you make me walk 4 miles back, 4 miles coming again, and 2 days my time. Why did you not tell me yesterday? Well, I didn't tell you yesterday because I like molasses. So I had molasses jars in my office. So if I say, don't eat molasses, and I am eating, you will think, no, doctor, whatever he said, molasses is good. So you should obey the principle what you are teaching. So we should be also, my parents' life influences the children's life. If the parents are, you see that where that type of training is there, their children gets a good environment. Of course, everyone will grow in their way, but environment should be available to grow in a spiritual way. And rest of the thing is to be given to God. Let whatever happen, the child will grow in their own way. I give the example also. You take an egg of a hen and take an egg of the swan or duck. Hen is duck and swan, no? And give the mother bird to hatch them both. And you see, mom does not know. They look to almost same to the mother. But when the child comes up, what happens? One moves to the water, another moves to the land. Because no one is teaching, but their inherent tendency will. So in life also it will happen like that. So, okay, thank you all, and we'll hope to meet you again at 7:30 for the Setara Upanishad. Okay? 6 o'clock is our prayer. So 7:30 class, next class. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sri Ram Krishna Arpanastu.